season 2, baby. We're back here. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking pumped.
Yo,
It's been too long.
I've just been looking forward to today and
Mm,
doing this for so long, and we're excited. I don't know if you can tell, but like we are excited to be back. Season 2, bigger, better. You know, the
guys,
best, the best. We're coming in hot. Are
we're,
you will know very soon.
we're coming in so hot. First of all, we've missed you guys so much.
Big time, man. Big
Big
time.
time. If you're listening to this episode and this is your first time hearing us, hi. This is the Adult Puzzle Podcast. Go back, just stop this episode, go back and listen to our 12 episodes from season 1. Promise you, you will not regret it. And then come back. Come back to this episode, okay?
To be honest, AP is like the best thing you would ever listen to in the podcast space. I kid you not, because we take you through authentic journeys of two different people to a large extent,
Mm-hmm.
and the way we fashioned this podcast. And like Lola said, you have to go back listen, and you would appreciate what we are bringing to you guys and what we'll be bringing to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome to another season of the Adult Puzzle Podcast, AP baby. We're back in this place, and we're ready to give you guys the best of us as we always strive to do, and engage in conversation. And yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Your pilots and pilot speaking, or your co-pilot and co-pilot speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Because
let's
we,
do it.
we lit, baby. We lit.
Guys, I don't know if you remember, but last season, at the end of last season, which is why we said if you haven't listened to season 1, go back and listen. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of last season, Lamide and I were feeling very reflective, and we were feeling grateful for the year that we had last year, and we put out some resolutions, just
Mm-hmm.
hypotheticals into the world, and said 2022, these are the things that we want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're like what, 3 months into 2022.
Yeah, thereabout.
Yep. We want to do a check-in. Okay. We want to do how much progress have we made? Which resolutions are we scrapping? Which
Oh
ones
my
are we
god.
reshuffling? Which ones are
Oh.
we ignoring? So let's do it. Lamdi, I remember yours, so I'm gonna come at you, okay?
Shit. Please go.
Okay. So you said 3 things last year. They were beautiful things, very, very beautiful things. Let me replay them. You said
God damn, I'm off for
this
you.
this year
Go. Yeah.
you wanted to strengthen your relationship with Jesus Christ, with God. Okay.
Yep. I did say that.
The second thing was you wanted to hit certain financial targets this year and expand your financial portfolio.
I did say that.
Okay. The third thing, and this one you emphasized,
Oh,
is
jeez, Saladi. Lower your volume now. What is all this?
you said, and I
Oh,
quote,
God.
I need to join 6-pack gang next year.
Were we drinking on that episode?
I don't even remember. So physical fitness was the third thing. You wanted to work out more, eating more healthy. You needed to join 6-pack gang. You wanted to take a picture beginning of the year and then come back at the end of the year with some defined definitions on your body. How are we doing, boo? What progress have we made? I'm annoying.
You guys, do you know when those police officers ask questions or lawyers in court ask questions they already know the answer to? But they do it in such a fashion where, like, we didn't know anything, Okay, guys. So, on the first one, relationship with God, I want to say that I started the year off with a bang. Like,
Okay.
when I mean a bang, super healthy, everything in line. And that actually went on for a good minute. And when I mean a good minute, like a good while. But I discovered that I kind of like was shook a little bit, and that was largely due to my schedule. So my schedule as of late, it's not an excuse, but we are putting ourselves on this space so that you can like hopefully learn from us so and we can hold each other accountable. And that's also the point of this check-in. My schedule as of late has been very uh rigorous to say the least, you know what I'm saying? So I find myself wanting or not doing enough as I started off the year with. And yesterday happens to be a Sunday, not that, because we're recording today, but like yesterday I found myself in a good recovered space again,
Mm-hmm.
So I'll rate it let me not rate it so you guys will not judge me. But like now I think I'm getting back to a place where I can be proud of again. But I started the year off definitely with a bag, and it lasted for a very very long time. You understand what I'm saying? But like I dropped off a little bit, you know.
Okay. At least
So
you tried. You put in the effort.
yep.
It wasn't just okay. I commend you for that, and that's life. Honestly, we happens. You go into phases. Sometimes
Hmm.
you're high, sometimes you're low. But okay, progress,
Yeah.
progress.
So financial targets. Yep. I'll say I'm good on that end too. I have. I'm currently working on like a whole bunch of stuff, and my decisions in terms of like my spending has reduced way, like like compared to last year, and
Mm-hmm.
how easy it was for money to leave my account. That definitely has not been the same way this year, so
Mm-hmm.
uh in terms of investments, I have a few things here and there that I've actually you know laid claim to
Mm-hmm.
this year, so we thank God for that. um Portfolio wise, oh, it's still building, Sha, so it's nothing of note yet, but like I have my eye on some I have my eye on some things, and I'm aligning myself with that accordingly. So with financial targets, I would say check, that
Okay,
kind of thing.
progress too. I like that.
Physical fitness, this is where, and you could tell by the way she was asking the question that she knows the answer to this. I just want to say God will judge you, Lolade. And God knows the number
I
of your
said I was
house.
gonna keep you accountable. That's what I'm doing.
God knows the number of your house, and God loves us equally,
Don't
Sha.
shoot the messenger, okay?
So on this, I have failed, and I hold with my chest. I have failed woefully. I have a
Mm-hmm.
0/100. I haven't. So with me, like you guys must, again, this is why Ladi has been emphasizing that go listen to the former episodes. You'll really enjoy it because we actually carry on this amazing journey. And on one of those previous episodes, I think the fitness episode, I had said my daily routine does not naturally allow for me to be stagnant or for me to be lazy. So let's just get that one out of the way. However, like she said, my goal this year was to like, get that, body on che kind of P, get the definition in, tone muscles. I mean, again, because of this episode, you gingered me again.
Lamide, you better get your ass in the gym this week. Okay.
I can't because it's literally downstairs. Oh God, have mercy. It's
I'm
literally
not waking
free
up
to
5:30. I'm gonna
me.
be hitting your lineup.
I
Hello.
don't mind though. If you commit, you guys, can you get Lottie to commit to waking me up or hitting me up, sending me a message because I'll probably be awake by then. Anyways, 5:30, I'm gonna go downstairs to the gym, get your butt in there. Because I did confess to y'all that I need a gym body kind of situation, like, and
Mm.
need encouragement. Lali doesn't, cause she's who she is. But like, I need someone to frog my ass into the gym. But yeah.
Okay.
So, Lade, let's do you now.
Oh Jesus, I'm not ready.
You were feeling like, Rambo some minutes ago.
Okay,
Let's get into it.
let's go. Let's
These were
go.
your own resolutions.
Okay.
One, you said you wanted to continue to build your relationship with God, and
Mhm.
embody Christ like characteristics, improve on that great journey that you had started towards the end of the year.
Mhm.
And the second thing I think you had said was putting health first, mental and emotional. And kind of news that me I've been getting as of late. I'll just nothing. Forget I said that. I take it back. But I need to know how your answer to that would be.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I'll throw you shots at
As in,
tit for tat.
okay.
The third, you wanted to, take more. Oh, why am I answering on your behalf? You wanted to take more adventures or risk, putting less time into corporate. Mhm. And you also said more love. You don't want to hold back on love this year. You want to know the progress on that. Then generally more laughter and more drive. So tell me how you're faring on those resolutions as of today.
Okay. I'll be
Okay.
honest. Okay. Be very honest. We've made some steps forward on some of them, and some steps backwards on some of them. Let me just be real. Okay.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
The first one of like continuing to build my relationship with God, embodying like Christ like characteristics, I think that has continued. But I think last year, maybe because I spent so much more time at home, I found myself on a better routine when it came to like my morning
Mm,
devotionals and just like checking in with God. Now I
mm,
still do it, but now I find out I have to squeeze in, like instead of having the full on like 15-20 minutes for
mhm,
just like me and God time, it's like, okay,
mhm,
God, I'm praying when I'm showering.
mm,
So it's like I haven't stopped. It's not been stagnant. I've been making
mhm,
progress, but I think as I continue this year, I definitely want to kick it up a notch, like a notch or two, right?
mhm,
But in terms of like embodying Christ-like characteristics, I think that's something that I still try and do on my day to day. So there's been good progress on that one. It's just more so my time with God that has decreased since last year, and that one I need to do
mhm,
better. My health. I feel like my mental health has been great. Even physical, honestly, I didn't have that as a resolution last year because I did such a great job last year, and I felt like I had gotten into the point where like my physical, like that whole fitness was a lifestyle for me.
mhm,
You know how a lot of times the top of the year it's like, oh, I want to be physically fit. Like that's a regular New Year resolution for a lot of people. I didn't
mhm,
feel like that needed to be because last year I really embodied that whole lifestyle,
mhm,
and I am so proud of myself because it has continued. Like I've had such a crazy year so far, and
mhm,
every single day or every other day I find a way to like be active, do something that my mental health just like thrives off of. If it's like going for a walk, working
mhm,
out, do whatever. So that has been great. Emotional was great until I allowed myself be in a situation of bass boost. If you're Nigerian, I don't know what bass boost means. It means when I used it to play ball. Okay.
If you don't know about it, forget about it.
So the emotional part I need to learn because I think when it comes to like I'm the type of person where like I don't like myself to be hurt emotionally, but I
Mm,
think when I have such emotional connection with a person or people, and this even happens
mhm,
with friendships, not just like romantic relationships, it's so hard for me to let go. And because
mm,
I can't let go, it's so easy for people to just like take that as an advantage of them to like do whatever they may with it. And
mhm,
this happens with friendships too. And I think I'm learning now that I need to learn how to put up like healthy boundaries with people that I love and
mhm,
not necessarily allow myself be on a emotional roller coaster of like not knowing when the next high is or when the next low is and all of that.
mhm,
So
mhm,
emotional part, I want to say we took some steps back, but if I'm being honest, it's not as bad as last year because last year was really we were in the pit hole.
So that's progress.
So there's
Okay.
been progress. It's just like I'm finding that like I gave I'm not in control. I'm not in as much control as I would want to be in, and that's where I want to head towards. Um, the third one, I think this is where I've thrived. Taking more adventures, risk, putting less time into corporate, guys. When I tell you, I went to the total opposite.
Hmm.
I said, work where? Which work?
Tell them, oh, some of us are some of us are.
Guys, okay. If you haven't listened to last season, please go and listen. But like last year, for anyone who's new, I had a really, really just like hectic schedule. Corporate had my neck. I
Hmm.
was very busy. I was basically working like super long hours, all of that, all of that, all of that. And then at the beginning of this year, I switched roles. So still in the same company, but different roles.
Hmm.
And one of the advantages of this role was like more flexibility and it's just like less intense in terms of like the time commitment. And when I started this new role, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I literally went on from the end of January to the beginning of March. I was somewhere every weekend. I went to Mexico. I went to Seattle, Washington. I went to LA. It was like a weekend trip. I went like the Bay. Like I went to a bunch of different. Like literally, guys. Every Friday, my ass was going to the airport to go somewhere. And the thing is, that period was supposed to be my onboarding period where I'm supposed to be getting the hang of this new role. Guys, I wasn't present. I'll be on the call, muted, video off. I'm not listening to shit.
Oh God.
And when I tell you, it hit me at the beginning of March when onboarding was done, getting up to speed was done, and it was like, okay, Lola, here are your projects, and
Hmm.
I'm like, oh shoot,
There's work.
what am I supposed to do? What's expected of me? But
Oh
honestly,
God.
I wouldn't take it back because yes, now I'm having to do like work trying to get up to speed, but it's still not as intense as how it was last year. And I
Hmm.
wouldn't take back like any of the adventures that I was on this last few months. Like it was crazy. My body was exhausted. I was tired, but it was fun as hell. Like so freaking fun. And
Hmm.
I wouldn't take it back for anything. So
Hmm.
that one, and we're still making more adventures this year. Lamide, if you if you know my plans for the rest of this year, you're gonna be like, "This girl, you're crazy."
Okay,
But
we
we're taking
definitely need to schedule a call after this.
we're taking so much more adventures this year, and just like trying to really find that work life balance.
Hmm.
And I want to say, like, I actually sign off work by 5 p.m. every even earlier. Like right now, it's okay. Let me not even put myself out there, but more love, more laughter, more drive. I think these ones I haven't like the laughter one for sure. Like I've been having so much fun. The drive one, I think that's something that comes just innately in me. The love one, back to the emotional thing. I think I finally reached a point in my life where I'm like, okay, it's time to actually give people chances when it comes to like holding back on love. So that one, there hasn't been any progress, but there also hasn't been any like steps back. It's just I just need more time to actually not hold back anymore. So
Hmm.
more to come on that one, guys. But that's basically my resolution. I think we've made some progress, but some things we need to win back. I for example, me actually not working, I need to actually work so I don't lose my job. But yeah.
Okay, okay. I like this. I like this. I mean, hopefully we should do this again. Maybe another check in towards the end of the season
Yeah,
or so.
I like it.
Yeah, and just see how that works. So, but yeah, that's where we are now. Definitely a whole lot of improvement for me, and a whole lot of improvement for a lot of data as well. And that's life generally. Like she said, it's having this type of conversations and yeah, holding one another accountable. But man, I do need to get that beach body on lock. No, it's not only mouth that will give me, what I need. So I'm really taking the bull by the horn and getting that on check. So do you want to like tell me about the highlights of the year so far? Like,
Really quick, I think it's just the adventures that I've been on. Like I've just done so much crazy shit with people that I love. I've
mhm,
just been around so many loved ones. Guys,
mhm,
I've realized how relationships and community is like huge for me. Like when I have
mhm,
people that I love around me, I am thriving. So that has been my first quarter of this year. So
mhm.
highlights. How about you?
Highlight for my year so far has just been like meeting new people and opportunities that I have got into.
Mm,
Unlike, my, I'll just reference like a particular situation. Like, I don't know, the friends just kept on like adding life to my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they were
mm.
giving me life. They made me valid. Like the decisions made via that friendship really, really affected me personally, and I could see their benefits in my life. And it kept on happening back to back, back to back. Not to toot your horn or anything, but you're one of them. Another person, her
Wow.
name is Lifa. She like she made some. It was one phone call, and I can give you like free, just TMI. I know it's TMI, but like free word on that is that one phone call generated like 80% of the joy I had that week. Because via that one phone call and the kind of things she said I should do, get this, get that, get that, I kept on getting good news from every single place. Like, and it
Mm.
just felt like, yo, who are you? I had to call her. And for like the first 10 minutes of that conversation, I just kept on appreciating her and her friendship and her value. And I think we as people need to have those kind of people in our lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? People that you're just proud to like be around and just appreciate, So yeah, that's been the highlight of my year so far. So many opportunities in terms of like career wise as well as even academically too. And personally too, I just feel like I've hit so many highs in terms of like all those places in my life. And I'm grateful to God. And yeah, God is good, man. God is good.
I like that. How about hard lessons that you've learned so far? It can't be all smooth sailing.
Definitely not all smooth because one of the highlights, so very good question actually. One of the highlights and good news, quote unquote, that I got ended up not panning out. So that was also like it was a highlight and hard lesson combined. And the lesson from that I would say is not everything what is for you and what is not for you is not
Mm-hmm.
for you. And yeah, I think that's like the most obvious lesson I can say. And also like do not judge people or place importance on how people see you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, I didn't know this what I'm about to speak of in detail, but I won't go into detail. I'll just share surface level. I
Mm-hmm.
had my mind set on something that almost felt like easy. Like in my head, I had met all the requirements and I had done everything needed to do, and I was checking all those boxes with flying colors. Like some of those stuff required references from other people, and I was getting stellars from everybody, and my personal input into the thing too was also stellar. So in my head I already had this thing that I was gunning for, but all of a sudden out of the blue the least expecting situation happened, and I discovered I was back to ground zero. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just
Mm-hmm.
thought to myself, like, shoot, in your head, you already had this shit in the bag, but like, you're humbled, quote unquote, and it's like, okay. For a little while, I was angry, and it took a few people to like speak to me and be like, yo, just ease your mind, man. Pray about it and feel at peace. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's for you, it's for you. That kind of thing. So like that was a whole hard lesson. Maybe not to like I do it a lot to count my eggs before they are hatched. That kind of thing, maybe. But like uh, yeah, maybe not put too much faith in people or expectations in people, and yeah,
It's
just
also realizing that like what is yours would have like what is yours would be yours.
exactly.
And so
Maybe that's
there's
just a simple way to put
yeah,
it. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with having excitement because I think that gives you something to look forward to, but also realizing that like it's like the overly optimism that can get you into disappointment.
That
So
part. Yep.
yeah, so you want to avoid that. Getting disappointed is part of life, but there's that drastic like when you feel like your whole world is coming to an end because you had all your eggs in one basket. So how to avoid
Mm-hmm.
that is just understanding that like with every positive outcome that could happen, there could also be an outcome that you don't necessarily that doesn't necessarily favor you. So just knowing that if it's supposed to be yours, it would be, and if it's not, it's not. And I know it's easier said than done because trust me, I am the optimist of life. Like I'm applying for a job and I'm already seeing myself walk into the company on my first day.
Oh my God, you don't even want to know. I think we're both guilty of this. I've said it before
Yeah.
on this podcast. It's just like there's this excitement where I get into
Mhm.
like planning every little detail of how I'm going to be. For instance, the job. For instance,
Mhm.
I can see myself in the suit. I can see myself saying hi to Stephanie, Tim, John, and people that I've not met before. Like, hey guys, how you doing? How's that project coming along? You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Maybe like you said, it's not totally a bad thing. And again, to reference it back to the basic lesson, which I think Lola has been able to help with, is if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, keep it pushing, man. So yeah.
Yep.
How about you? Any hard lessons so far?
Um, I think one hard lesson that I've learned is
Put yourself first. I'll just throw that one in there for you.
that I need to learn.
Yes.
Guys, Lamide is giving me so much shade today. Okay, I will put myself first. Noted. One thing that I've learned is that you don't really know people as much as you
Hmm.
think you do. And this is not
Okay.
to scare people out there because, like, especially for somebody like me, that I'm so big on trust and like, I'm the type of person where it's I trust you 100% until you give me a reason not to trust you. And I know there's some people where it's like they don't really trust you until you prove why they should trust you.
Hmm.
Um, and so this year I'm realizing like you only know what someone tells you to a large extent, and somebody can be lying to your face like flat out, and you wouldn't know, like except you have like other facts from other places. So that's been a hard lesson because it's humbled me, especially for some of the people I had around me, where it's like, okay, I don't really know this person as much as I know them.
Hmm.
And understanding that just gives you wisdom to just go about your different friendships in. And
Hmm.
again, I'm not trying to scare people because there's still people in my life that like deep down I can trust them with my entire life. But I've also realized that there's some people where it's like you gotta move with caution because you don't really know them and you don't know like what they're about, what they do behind closed doors, the type of things that they're up to, like all of that. And that's been a hard lesson because yeah, I'll just put that out there. Um yeah, but yeah, hard lesson. But I know there's still gonna be a few that comes this year. So
Okay.
we're only just starting, honestly. But so far so good. I want to say this year has been great. I know there's so many things happening around the world that are just scary. I guess that's what sort of the hard lesson. It's like this world, as much as we have really good things, there's
Hmm.
also really scary and sad things that happen around us that make you realize how you don't really have so much control of what
Hmm.
happens to you and
Hmm.
your reality. And that's very, very hard to deal with because one day you're safe and the next day you're freaking fighting for your life. And that is very hard. And that also just makes you want to appreciate the good days that you have. But it also makes you sad when you see people around you just like going through tough times. So that's a hard lesson where it's like you don't know what tomorrow holds. And
Hmm.
yeah, not to get sad, but I guess that is a hard lesson that we learn every day with life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
But with that, we're getting to the end of this episode. But before we wrap up, I just want to say, guys, welcome back to another season. You are going
Welcome.
to enjoy this season. We have so much great content ready for you guys. We have so many different topics. We have guests.
Hmm.
How do you pluralize guests? I can't.
Just
We
keep on doing the S.
I know. We have amazing guests, and honestly, the conversations that we have with the different people that we talk to are just so hopeful. And I hope
Mm.
you guys enjoy them the way we enjoy them. Another thing to say this season is that we really want to engage with you guys some more. Last season, I want to say, was our trial and error. Like we had an idea, we had a passion, we put it out there, you guys showed us love. But this year we're even coming harder. Like we want to hear your feedback. We want to engage with you guys. So please, if you're not following us on social media, follow us on all our platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Watch us on YouTube, respond to our content, comment on it, reply to us in DMs. You can even email us on life@adultpuzzlepod.com, life@adultpuzzlepod.com. Send us an email. We're also going to be having newsletter subscription. So you put in your email and we can send you just good content, send you some inside jokes, just write to you, blogs, whatever the case may be, on a, I don't want to say weekly because we can't really commit to that, but consistent basis. But we really want to engage with you guys. We're also going to be having Twitter Spaces, just trying to have as much connection with our audiences as much as possible, because honestly, we're only two people talking about our adult life. We want to hear about you guys, and that's the whole concept of this podcast, is just to share light to the different puzzle pieces that exist out there. Like we're all trying to figure it out. One day we have one piece, the next day we have another piece, and that's just this life that we're in, juggling it all. And we don't have the answers, but we're all here to just have conversation and have a good laugh, have a good time. Sometimes have serious conversations too. So I'm so excited for what you guys are going to have, what we're going to deliver to you guys this season, and we hope you love it. Lam, did you have anything to add? I feel like I just went on a rant there.
I mean, yeah, your side of the toad. I mean, I just want to say again, welcome back. You're in for a treat this season. Just sit back, enjoy flight AP,
Yep. Yep.
and the pilots are crazy. So just expect a wild ride, but you're
Yep.
gonna land safely. That's the joy.
Yes.
That's the joy. I feel like we're so playing 5.0, kind of saying so like, yeah, you're gonna have a good time. Yeah, enjoy the ride, man. We did for you. That's Pigeon for we're here for you guys.
J for you
And
guys.
yeah,
Yes. All right. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you, Lamide. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.
thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.